First of all, just want your thoughts really on this Ronaldo situation that's happening. What do you make of it all?
Listen, I think it'd be a blessing for both of them. I think if he obviously he's made noises that he wants to leave the club, he must have something lined up for himself. He's done brilliant. Come back in. Everyone said they couldn't play with him. He was the reason why they haven't climbed up the league. But take him out of that side, they would have been in serious problems. You know, I think he's a very good professional. He looks after himself. Don't know him personally, but obviously his record's second to none. World-class player. Looks like not many of them young boys at Man United have picked anything off him. You know, if I was a young boy and he was at my club, I'd be looking at him every single day and trying to learn from him. But they don't seem to have them sort of characters amongst their squad. So I think he made a choice when he was at Juve that they weren't going to challenge, so he left. And I think he's looked at the squad, he's looked around the dressing room and thought, you know what, I think it's time for another challenge. You know, I've done all I can with this club.
If you were the manager, Tim, going into Manchester United or any club, and you had a star player like Ronaldo, would you as a manager want to keep him, or would you think, do you know what, get rid, rebuild the squad, rebuild the team? What would you do? You've
got to be very careful, Shay, because if you get rid of him, you ain't got a replacement. You start losing football matches, then you end up without a job.
Yeah.
So it's obviously he must have had insurance with Ten Hag that he's gonna get time. I think it's right that they should give him some time. Are you going to build for the long term with Cristiano Ronaldo? Of course you're not. Could he help you in the short term, like I just said, with the characters and helping young players? Well, it's up to them young players to want to learn off him, and obviously he's give that a go. They don't look like they're picking much off him. So listen, I would probably, if I'm Ten Hag secretly, he'd be coming out and saying the first thing he does is get rid of their star man because the fans love him, and quite rightly so. I think he's got to. I think it's a blessing in disguise for him. I think if Ronaldo wants to go, I think they've got their heads together and said, look, amicably, that's just part of the ways and start afresh. But who are they going to go and get? I mean, gone are the days when they're fishing in the big ocean. You know, they used to go and get players. I said at the end of last season, they go and get Christian Eriksen. Well, it looks like they're going to get, we're talking about a real type, a fantastic player and a good character. You need them. Go and get Harry Kane and Declan Rice, and all of a sudden you're challenging again. They're not that far away. That is years ago when they used to go and do them sort of signings. And now they're fishing in a different one.
I think you're right, Tim. I agree with the respect for Ronaldo. I just think it suits both parties now, particularly Ten Hag if you want to rebuild a squad. I know you've got to replace his goals. I get that, but if you want to rebuild a squad and you're hopefully going to give him 2-3 years, I think you've got to start somewhere. And Ronaldo isn't the future for Manchester United. And taking the next question to you is, that's why I also think he's not the future for Chelsea. I think if Todd Bewley signed him, it would be more of a vanity signing than anything. And I do not think that Ronaldo right now at this stage in his career would be something that would interest Thomas Tuchel, and I might be wrong, but I don't think it will be.
I think you're correct, Ali, and I think not only that, it's not going to excite the Chelsea fans. I think when you go a legend like Ronaldo going back to Man United, you know, he's the Messiah. Of course, they're going to like it. They embraced it. I mean, I think the Chelsea fans are going to do that. They're going to say, "Where are we?" You know, we just bought Lukaku back. It's not worked. It's cost us a lot of money. We've had to ship him out, paying a lot of his wages still on loan. I'm not sure Cristiano Ronaldo is the answer, and I think you're absolutely right. I don't think Tuchel will see him as the answer.
I've got another question for you as well, surrounding somebody that you know very well. Manchester United are set to sign Christian Eriksen. That's after he became a free agent following his short stint at Brentford. Yesterday on Jim White and Simon Jordan, Danny Murphy said he would not be getting excited about this signing if he were a Red Devil.
Do you know what? It's a difficult one because I really like Eriksen. I've always admired him in terms of his creativity and his, you know, the way he plays. He's free with his football. He tries things. He's good at set play. He's got 2 good feet. But would it excite me if I was a United fan? He's going to be a squad player, isn't he? He's not going to play instead of Fernandes. He is a welcome addition to any squad because he's experienced and he has quality. But if you're looking at the big games when United compete against Liverpool, City and Chelsea, is he going to play in their first 11? He could come off the bench and change a game, yeah, he could. But is he going to bring United closer to Liverpool and City? No, nowhere near it.
Okay, there we go. Well, he is a free agent, isn't he? So even if he is a squad player, Tim, does that matter? Do you think he's going to be a squad player, or will he start?
I think, you only got to look at, I understand what Danny's saying, but I think you only got to look at who's he going to be replacing. You know, there's room in the team for him. For me, he's a better team player Bruno Fernandes. I think when Fernandes come in, he was absolutely fantastic. He plays for himself. He don't play for Man United. This guy, Ten Hag, knows what it's like. He needs to build a philosophy where they're all going to play as a team. Christian knows all about that. They've got that Ajax heart. So he's going to come in there and say exactly what he needs. He needs him to implement it, and he needs players to be able to implement it to the rest of the squad as well when they're in the dressing room without the manager. So I think Christian's perfect for that. He's the best professional I've ever managed. He's one of the fittest boys you're ever going to see. He's underestimated what he does off the ball as well. And as Danny's talked about there, he's fantastic on it. He's an absolute no-brainer on a free transfer.
Wait, do you think he could replace Bruno then?
I think they need all the good players they've got. Bruno looks at Christian Eriksen and says, you know what? This is how you play as a team member, not as an individual. I think Ronaldo is probably not a good example for someone who plays for the team. He's an unbelievable individual player. But Christian Eriksen knows exactly what the manager wants, and he takes it to the pitch, and he takes it to the rest of his teammates. He's an absolute dream to manage, and I think he can't do it on his own. I absolutely agree. Of course he's not going to take him to challenge Liverpool and Man City on his own. But if they had a few more, like if they was years ago, they would have gone, Harry Kane, we'll take him in, we'll take Declan Rice. You're not only signing world-class players who are going to hit the floor running, you're also signing good types in the dressing room who are going to influence the rest of the squad. What doesn't look like it's very healthy.
Yeah, that dressing room more than most at the moment probably needs a little bit more positivity in it. Tim, thanks for coming on. Lovely to speak to you.
Have a good day, mate.
Take care.
Cheers, Tim.
Take care there. Tim Sherwood, he managed Christian Eriksen. When was it? 2013?
He managed me as well, Tim Sherwood. Did you know that?
Was he a good manager?
Great manager, yeah.
What did you learn under him?
Well, he was my captain actually as Blackburn as a kid in that, and then obviously came to Aston Villa as a manager. But you just kind of hope he would get another chance, because I don't think he was a bad manager at all. Just Villa were going through a stage where not a lot of investment in the team. Aston Villa's a different football club now with investment and the new owners and stuff. So it was a tough spell to take over at Aston Villa. So you just wish he would get another chance to see, to show his stuff because he's a top manager, I think.
Where could you see him going in at?
Well, again, he just needs to get back in. Once you're out, people say it's harder and harder to get back into to management again. I don't know, where could you see him? Maybe Championship or bottom half of the Premier League, just to show people he's still a good manager.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.